Hey guys, good morning. It's been nearly 2 days. I don't think they have patched the game yet. Nope. The game has some problems right now. Turn 80, 131. This is a turn before it crashed. Oh, my left arm is killing me. I'm not sure why, but I guess it might be just too much better. It's just getting worse. Hey Parik, hey RuneScape, hey Gebmorn, Gordrick, Bumbleum. Hey Mayari. Cybernetica Data Smith. I think this is the turn before it crashed. I'm guessing the Fossil Blaster is the left weapon. It does look like Skitarii Vanguard is available next turn. Get an army of Onager Doomcrawlers. Nice repair here. Definitely a weird looking cannon for sure, a Ferromite cannon.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Oh shit! What the hell?
Hey Post, thank you for your support. This is where we disengaged. There were several high crowns instead of one of the tanks. We're clearing this corner here. Those umbles. I'm a rot. Notice how Onager Doomcrawler kills a unit like Umbles or Hammer Rat, but it cannot kill one-shot a unit of like Neophyte Hybrids, for example, or Crude Hounds. It's because of the number of attacks versus how many entities is there. This is the third Siren Caster. So 3 Siren Casters and 1 Old One Artifact. More balanced than usual. Is this the Admech soundtrack? I think it is. Yeah, that's how I've been doing it for a long time. Viking artifact to very low, cause they just imbalance the game. I wish you could just turn them off. They're not good for the game. At least not in the single player. Tells you how bad these things are for the game when they nerf them in half and removed some of them from the game completely. And I still think they are really imbalanced. They make the game imbalanced. Usually easier. While they were really strong, they will make the Necrons AI broken. At least before. And crush. I don't know how can they release this like this. This reminds me of the Paradox fuck up. Have nobody tested if this actually works when they released it? This is the worst release of Gladius since the game got any releases. It's just a shit release. Low effort shit release. And makes it worse because it's one of my favorite factions. I don't even have energy to bitch and complain, really. It's like everything is so miserable. I don't want refounds, I want working game. It looks like the quest is crushing it. This faction has 3 game-breaking bugs right now. I've never been this bad in Gladius. One of the worst game-breaking bug is their quest is bugged, but the second worst is they forgot to put the loyalty penalties. How do you even release a new faction without checking if this works in the first place? These devs have let themselves go. This is a huge oversight. Well, I will not be seeing the quest, I guess. Quests are dog shit in this game anyways. I don't like them. But I do complete them once for the sake of completion. We'll just cancel this. Should be fine now. This is becoming a normal thing these days, guys. Dog shit releases and hope for the best. You know, people might not even play them for more than 2 hours. Prices, even the prices have gone up for some of the stuff, and they're still breaking shit. Yeah, the loyalty, the aura, and the quests are the ones I have encountered so far, Primarchal Fires. What aura? The Lord of the Machine Cult doesn't work. These devs were one of few devs that didn't disappoint, but I guess we've come to the point where everybody disappoints these days. It's holy shit, it's so depressing. I'm tired. I'm so tired. At least this is a small indie company. Product. This team is only a few people. Milking the 40k franchise. So looks like they might be just clearing the rest of wildlife here. Very odd behavior here. Maybe they know what we have. Their main units are Hive Crones and they're not really engaging with us. So we won't be able to complete the quest. I'll probably save this game for later to complete the quest, because I'll never turn it on again. Quest sucks in this game. Just tedious shit. This one is dead. These units actually have weapons to destroy tanks. Massive rending claws, sighting talons. So it's level 5, so it can take a lot of damage. Hive Crones are not cheap, 120 biomass. Tier wise, it's definitely a higher tier unit than a Scorpius Disintegrator. So Scorpius Disintegrator is a tier 7 unit. This Caravan Destroyers being tier 8 is very weird. clear this corner. This unit actually counters the Hive Crown. Has 3 anti-air weapons. It's kind of impressive that this thing survived those attacks. Location machine might, that's the melee damage one I think. This thing might get one shot before it unloads the infantry. It's too squishy for this stage. Scorpion disintegrator destroyed this unit due to the blast weapon. It's a lot of attacks as well. You can see this unit does not destroy neophyte hybrids even when they're shaken. This doesn't have enough attacks to kill 6 at once. Getting a Night Crusader in 2 turns. Where the hell does Castellan come from? Of the machine might. Okay, this is the melee damage of Mechanicus Messiah units. Take produce leader minions in a Benheric prayer that sends miraculous strength surging through tendons, wires, and pistons. So it gives Mechanicus Messiah units a 67% melee damage. The only melee we have right now is Fulgurite Electric Priest, and that damage is not very impressive. I guess it also buffs weapons on tech priests like Omniscient Staff. Like the Omniscient Staff. Like the Power Axe. Hey Konglock, what you doing these days? Well, they do have a small army here. Let's give Doctrine Imperatives units accuracy. I'll tank is still in the robot. Someone is fleeing for his life. Pocket Blaster is a nice weapon. We've been playing Dead by Daylight again. I'm familiar with this name, Cold Log, but I have no idea what that game is about. This unit has Hammer of Wrath ability. The only only way they have any chance here is these Hive Crowns, but they just melt to the Doomcrawlers. There's a heavy Phosphor Blaster. Clearing them up at the same time. You can see estimated 5 out of 6 casualties. Got damage buff. This time is full. Why is it full in this situation? Aha, because of extra accuracy. Right, that makes sense. So makes the stuff that have multiple attacks here, I guess makes the Cognis, Heavy Stabber and the Gatling Rocket Launcher have just enough attacks to finish off this unit. We have the Glory with Machine Gun ability ready, which makes this weapon more accurate, which means the extra attacks will fully finish the unit. This, in a way, is a blast weapon against infantry. They do just a lot of attacks. Hammer of Wrath on this weapon does make it splashy. It's not a blast weapon, but just shoots so many attacks. Hey Brutsnor, you love the Divinity 2 playthrough. You have seen all 22 parts of it. Are you going to finish the run or leave it as it is? Of course I'm gonna finish the run. We'll be back to it. I just need a change. This goddamn Corona just ruined it for me almost. Just need to snap out of this shit. Okay, at tier 10. Let's see what's in tier 10. Blessed Conduits. Reduces the cooldown on Power Surge. Power Surge, gotta say, it's been next to useless for us. Maybe it has some more uses if when they fix the loyalty thing. The fact it doesn't update on the same turn and it gives minuscule increase. I would just, without putting much thought into it, say the numbers are off on this thing. It's a tier 10 technology. Wow. Increase the building loyalty output for each building in adjacent tile. I guess this one is okayish. Reduces the moral loss of counterclass of missile units, cost effectiveness scales with the amount of allied effect units. Holy shit, they really didn't have anything to put for tier 10, huh? Increase the resource output of non-headquarters buildings of differing types on a tile. Terran generalism, huh? Does this mean it eliminates completely or just a little bit? It doesn't tell you the numbers. But considering it's a tier 10 technology, I suspect it's at least half.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy
Thank you, Brooksnor.
What the hell?
This is some of the worst tier 10 technology of all factions in the game. Grants Knight Crusaders a twin-link Icarus autocannon. I guess that's at least something. I don't know if it what it does, Saber Morgan, because it doesn't tell you exactly what it does. It's like this technology, this ability here is 10% buff, and technology says increase it, and then it's plus 3.3%. Yeah, the wording is also off. But the idea is to lower the penalty for different buildings in the same tile, right? This tier 10 is some of the worst in the game. Literally, it looks like... I don't know, like I said, I detected low effort the moment I started playing this faction. Similarities and the bonuses are pretty plain between the factions, and now this tier 10 is just showing it. It looks like these guys are not really that much into this making content for this game. They should move on before they make it worse. Just patch it and move on. So slow though. So slow. The left arm is the Avenger Gatling cannon. The right arm is a rapid fire battle cannon. 2 heavy stabbers. I don't see the second one. It's 1 heavy stabber, 2. Okay. And there is a heavy flamer. You guys see the heavy flamer? Under the Gatling gun. Oh, yeah, yeah, under the Gatling gun. Yeah, yeah, I can see it. It looks amazing. Looks amazing. I wish it had 3 movement. I wish it had 3 movement. Super heavy walker. This is it's not even counting as any of the glory machine gun units. Has every shield or anything? Yeah, it has an iron shield. 70% mobility. But it's slow. It has a serious firepower though. Just slow. You'd think a walker would have more movement. So why does this thing have 2 movement? Does anybody know? Is this like a tabletop thing? Strange to see a walker with 2 movement. Large walkers typically had lumbering rules. They're tiny. No flyers. We haven't checked the flyers yet. I've been getting the Night Crusader first. We'll be checking out the other units. Either I'm deaf or half of these units are missing sounds. Average movement in this game is 3. Night Crusader has 2 movement, which is slow. Yeah. Baneblade also has 2 movement. At least the tank commander can make it go faster. This is what I never understood in this game, Lauren. Why they removed the artifact from the game which added +1 movement. Which clearly was beneficial to the game as the game develops. Especially on bigger maps. But they keep stuff like 10% damage, 10% health, the boring imbalance stuff. Shouldn't be the +1 movement artifacts be a thing in the later game on big maps? This whole game is made around these artifacts, and they're just bad for the game. Probably the worst thing about the game. I wish there's an option just to disable these artifacts, but they don't give us this option either, which is the worst. That is with mods. I've used mods primary parties and it still doesn't disable them fully. I've tried. It's the same way when you got into the advanced map options and you disable the grasslands. The map can still roll a grassland. I wish you spend one update improving the map generator. Give it more options, all the artifacts, tune them in whatever way we want. That's what's missing from the single player customization. To me, it looks like the map, even with the mods, tries to generate none, but it still can generate some. Even currently in the game, when you put none setting, it will try to generate none of it, but it still can generate some. So Crusader moves from 12 to 6 inches based on HP. Dooncrawler goes from 8 to 4. Lol. So Crusader is actually considerably faster than the Dooncrawler on Tabletop, is just a Gladius balance thing. Why would you try to balance a super heavy towards anything else in the game? That makes no sense. It's because how the game works, Lemon Rust Belt Tank is always better than a Bane Blade. Because you can get 4 of them at the price of 1 Bane Blade. 4 Lemon Rust Belt Tanks not only will cover more ground, but they will get there faster. In lore, knights actually have like a keep they drop in and then use it as a fortress, and like a bunch of knights just walks out of there. They were finishing off the wildlife at least on this side. 136 turns and there's still wildlife on this side. This is a wildlife low. I think I've ever seen that many Castellan robots on low wildlife. The map size also does affect it. This unit does good damage. Still not sure what I think that's a tier 8 unit. It's a 4.3 reflect. This one makes no sounds when it moves. Yeah, we're supposed to be doing a quest right now, but it's bugged. I wanna get Doomcrawler defection. Scorpius Disintegrator is not bad. Onager comes way earlier though. Oh, this tier 8 unit at least is something Trinity Warriors can damage. What the influence for this, What a questionable use of influence. This thing takes 2 hits, lose 2/3 of the damage. This thing can take 6 hits and still be at full damage. These guys have built quite a bit of cities. There's Old One artifact number 2. 3 Siren Casters and 2 Old One artifacts on this map. I've been saying this, Lorne, since the start. The amount of damage should lower the damage on the vehicle, and not them being just full strength. The Morale exists as well, Lauren, but there should be a third thing as well. Because, you know, the idea is, Lauren, these things take damage, they lose morale, but, you know, they keep fighting, they don't recover morale, but it doesn't work. It works only in theory. So there has to be something else, as these things take damage, should also lose damage. We haven't checked the units from technologists that comes from infantry. As you can see, it's all volcanic, so went with the ore setup. But we're getting this stuff now to see. Getting also more research buildings. Scaraf destroyers have damage, but due to their squishiness, they are an irrelevant unit. Tier 8. Twin-linked Icarus autocannon. Guns, Knights, Crusaders, a twin-linked Icarus autocannon. I guess it's called, since it's called Icarus, it's gonna be Skyfire. The Icarus race used by the Adeptus Mechanicus filled the sky with an inescapable death, comprising a twin Icarus autocannon with Scryer lenses, a Gatling rocket launcher that fires whole salvos of flak, and an armor-piercing missile launcher. Its combined firepower can train an entire squadron of enemy fighters. Sounds like it's more than just one weapon. You can see it on the back, right? Another 3-range weapon. That's a second 3-range weapon. Is Skyfire. Yeah, it has a more accuracy against flyers, but it still will be able to add more damage against anything. Thing is, if units have anti-air guns, the anti-air guns will still fire on other units. This is definitely a big cannon. These guys will take longer to get to the battlefield than the zombies flanking the enemy infantry. Could be enslaver nearby. So this unit that gets invulnerability for 10 turns when they destroy an enemy unit, they only have 33% invulnerability. So by defeating another unit it goes to 50. Shit should probably be better if it's like +4 armor buff. There's another very weird thing. We learned that the invulnerabilities don't stack. Only the highest one is used. It's strange to see such numbers. Permanent 33 to temporary 50. It just feels strange. This guy's a power fist. This thing is so bulky and still has 4 movement, which is the strangest thing. This thing has 4 movement. Heavy weaponry, 4 movement. Looks like the same skeleton. It's very strange, Lord. Very strange indeed. What else can we see here? Basilicon Archaeoptera, Archaeoptera. This is the air units. So what kind of aircraft these guys get? Aircraft always feels like a part of the game that can be ignored completely, depending. This transport is way too squishy. It's a tier 2 transport. I think it's squished in a Hydra. Another Hydra, the what's the one called? Chimera. Does not have any damage reduction like the other ones have. If anyone needs it, is this one, considering it's low HP for a transport. If a transport gets destroyed, all the units in there are dead. So they probably have another transport since this one is so squishy. These things, the fact they have 3 range on those weapons and the survival, it's really strange. Where was the balance when they were making that one? Even this one is solid. This one should be solid considering it's a tier 7 unit. The Onega Doomcrawler is tier 5. It repairs. All the Castellans have survived, which is not a surprise. They're a pain in the ass to destroy early. Don't like this unit. And don't like this unit at all. It's a very disappointing tier 8. Totally a waste of research time in a tier 8 technology. This whole tier 8, 9 and 10 is highly questionable. Get 3 knights, will take 20 turns to get to the front door. Could have created 30 Doomcrawlers and cleared this map already a while back. This might be their capital. clear one of the lictors. I think I ever had this much research. Let's need to this setup here. This is the capital. You know what's hilarious, Lauren? Not only this unit has 8 armor and 36 health for what it is, but also has invulnerability down to 70%. Meanwhile, the transport has no invulnerability aura, being only half a stuff. This bionics and ability shields and shit like this are under the most questionable of units, if you ask me. This thing gets shredded by anything that damages a single target. Shouldn't the shields be on transfer more than anything? They actually survive, logic-wise, or at least a little bit more health on the transport. The transport, if anything, looks like it just a little bit extra firepower on a tougher single entity over infantry until you unlock the Onager Dooncrawler. It looks like they have a flying transport. 2 flying units. The Silicon Archaeoptera. They produce aircraft as well generates food or an influence. 2 to 2. The amount of influence this faction gets without building a single influence building is bizarre as well. What's the point of the pure influence building then? An Archaeoptera is just yet another Adeptus Mechanicus construction facility, albeit for flying machines rather than terrestrial. It has all the usual elements: the slave labor to build the machines, the medical facilities for all the amputations pilots need to fit in, and the shrines to conduct the proper rituals over the Transvectors and Stratoraptors. In other words, a totally normal Tech Priest Manufactorum. There's a term in TV shows that I could apply here for Gladius and these guys with his faction. They've hit the shark. Jumped. Jump the shark. Fail. Okay, jump the shark. I failed. Jump the shark, yeah. Jump the shark. Get a machine of mass destruction. We know we need it. It's not just me, Kevin. I'm feeling so tired these days. Might not be objective here, but it's definitely feel like a shit release so far from all the things they've released. Not even the other tyrannies were this bad when they released the shit. It just feels like so low effort, you know what I mean? Like they haven't even tried. Imagine they didn't add Night Crusader for this faction, so now that the fanboys don't have something to fap on. At least we can fap on the Night Crusader. Night Crusader has messed up movement though. That unit needs to have 3 movement. Look at us, guys. Play this game for 600 hours, we are experts. It's like, I wish I was wrong. They could have added an ability which gave it movement every few turns by consuming action. Archaeoraptor, Statoraptor. Archaeopter, Statoraptor. 2 food, 2 ore, 2 influence. With the Astronaut Arm, at least by the time you get the first Baneblade, you could have 2 tank commanders. Two tank commanders can help get Baneblade to the front fast. Of course, you have to drop 2 heroes from action to do that. Flying units against this. Sun is jinking now. This one doesn't see this. Night Crusader is almost there. What you doing these days, Captain Moore? Except Gladius. Anything exciting? Reading Warhammer Fantasy books. Is it fun at least? Or are you just absorbing knowledge? Both. You're not worried it's gonna make you wanna play a Warhammer 2 campaign before 3? Colin Glock says, I used to love reading 40k books back in the day. Chaos stories were my favorite. Why am I not surprised? You starting to get bored in train turns? Yeah. People are messaging me stuff like this. They need Warhammer 3, they just get bored with Warhammer 2 now. Start a game and they're immediately bored. Kograk says, I remember a story about a chaos cult making wine from people's souls. Sounds like a chaos thing to do. I think the weirdest story I've heard about Warhammer 40k was about the one about Demon Collab. If you don't know what that is, don't look for it. That's all I'm gonna say. Stay ignorant, my friend. Ignorance is bliss. Oh, look at this, we finally gave Tyrannus units they can kill. Archaeopter, Stadoraptor. Stadoraptor takes advantage of the Archaeopter directional thrusters and adaptable wing profile to excel in the role of ground attack gunship. Spread of heavy weapons with a mixture of high strength and high rate of fire ensures the Stadoraptor poses a little danger dug in infantry and heavily armored vehicles alike. 2 Cognis heavy stabbers. There's a twin-link Cognis last cannon. And 2 heavy fossil blasters. Looks like good setup. 8 base armor. 6 energy upkeep. Seems a bit steep. I don't know if we lost any Omega Doom Crawlers. I think we lost 2 Disintegrators. Night Crusader is almost in action. Almost. We probably destroyed all of them before the first Night Crusader ever arrived here. Get plus 20% damage. I'm a resident sleeper. Exactly, Lauren, exactly. Could have built 20 more Doom Crawlers. We're not even trying here, it feels like we're just noob spamming. It's an excuse from the player base for the lazy dev design. You don't know what it is. The only units we create is the only units we haven't created. The only units the Tyranids actually can kill. They're saying we should be creating units that Tyranids can actually kill. Give them a chance. Was that Skitarii Marshal? Let's see what that one has. Three imperative hero unit that leads the Adeptus Mechanicus into battle. 6 hit points, 7 armor. Marshals lead the maniples of cohorts of Skitarii soldiery. They're veteran warriors of countless crusades, privileged to bear enhanced augmentations. Marshals stand as intermediaries between Skitarii formations and their priestly masters, employing sacred uplinks to refine their warriors' doctrines close to holy perfection. Troll Stave, the Radium Serpentum. Serving as a staff of office control mechanism and weapon, a control stave is carried only by Skitarii marshals. Despite its multitudinous roles, functions well at all of them. Brutal close combat weapon that also enables the marshal to control his Skitarii closely through control edicts and aggression overrides. Salt Sword says, I remember a short story in the Omnibus about a group of Titans getting wiped out while trying to bring a primitive human world into the Imperium. Colossal dinosaurs being ridden by crews of near came and basically trampled them all. Jesus. All the technology. The guns weren't big enough. Usually when shit like this happens, they get like ambushed or surprised. Because the plot. Imagine a Titan not having a big enough gun to kill a beast. Maybe they missed. Lawrence says there are memes from Fall of Cardia how Creed is hiding Titans in bushes because he keeps ambushing Chaos with Titans and shit. You know, Lauren, I'm so sick of this shit over the years. You know, especially the plot lines where people have to go, you know, go stupid or batshit crazy, lose all discipline and logic, so simply the enemy have a chance to win. But the worst is when the enemy has superior technology and numbers, and then they still lose, like the Emperor from Star Wars. That one makes me so sick when I think about it. I'll almost make Corona worse. It just gives me the biggest brain damage. It gives me like the mother of all brain damage. Like how in the new Star Wars movies, you know, the Empire creates the largest largest fleet ever, and then the rebels still somehow, you know, match their numbers, if not more. It's like the plot manpower. The plot manpower gives me probably the second biggest brain damage. Holy fuck, when I saw that I just turned off the movie. Lauren, maybe they were chaos dinosaurs. It's the same shit, Lauren. Like, you know, comparing the weight of like elephants and a tank. That's probably even better. Don't even compare the weaponry. Let's drop the weaponry for a second. The thickness of steel, whatever, you know, metallurgy they use for the armor technology. Just compare weight of an average elephant and a tank. What a fucking elephant do? And then a weight of those dinosaurs to a titan. The weight alone just, you know, makes no sense for this kind of encounter. Let's say an elephant, a big elephant of 6,000 kilograms. That's a big elephant. Really big elephant. And the tanks can have easily 5-6 times that. And it's not flesh and blood. The thickness on the metal on the tank, what the fuck the elephant can even do? So these dinosaurs probably had some, you know, unique weaponized, you know, how in Warhammer 40k everything is weaponized. So in nature, they were born with some Tyranid level weaponry. Tyranid level weaponry to actually be able to go against Titans and shit like that. They can just slice and dice thick armor. Tyranids could learn a thing or two from these dinosaurs, Lauren. How ludicrous this even is. Skitari Marshal. 20 food, 20 ore, 80 influence. Kinda cheap. Berries, Sulfur Hounds. It's another unit. Tier 1. I feel like if a tank shell hit an elephant Lauren, it would penetrate its flesh and it would explode the elephant like a melon. Seems like a very silly plot, Posty, a very silly plot. Cerberus Sulfur Hounds. The Imperator's infantry unit with flame weapons and an aura that cripples enemy infantry and monstrous creatures. Sulfur Hound Cavalry squadrons, aggressive shock troops and line breakers. The loping mechanical beasts breed gouts of incinerating phosphor and disembowel the foe with slashing claws. While the elite Skitari riders unload incandescent pistol fire as they smash through the defense line before circling back for survivors. $20 food, 20 ore and 2 food upkeep. They are in attack range next turn with Night Crusader. City is so damaged that they don't even get any resource out of it. Archmagons. Bugs everywhere, Archmagons. Even these devs have got a shitty release every now and then. Yeah, that's the plan now, Lauren. AP buff for the night. Spider Parlor is causing damage inside the city. Yeah, the main weapons are in range here. Everything but a heavy flamer. Sulfur says read 15 years ago, but I found some excerpts. Took place on a low-G world. The Archosaurs were covered in rope ladders and huts and were larger than the warlord titans they sent down. Most of the shots bounce over the dinos with one or two warlords, eventually getting smashed with the remaining titan, killing the two animals, attacking with concentrated fire, and with a whole herd of dinos swarming the last titan. How good is the knight? It's impressive weaponry, but slow. For some reason they gave it 2 movement. So on a big map it's gonna be poop. Poop, really. It's a level 1 knight, by the way. You can get plus 45% damage from just level 10. Weapons like this, when you get experience, is real disgusting. Units like this in general, with experience, they get nutty. You can see level 7 Scorpius Disintegrator almost does as much damage as this thing. There's no denying it has massive damage. I want to use a hammer on one range with a flamer as well. This is the Skitari Marshal, huh? 3 movement. Low health. Controlled Edict. Removes the team imperatives Malus from allied units in range. Okay. The imperative is hardly subtle too, disabling a soldier just as much as it enables them elsewhere. The attentions of an experienced martial can aid in overcoming an imperative crew's commands, enabling the soldier to perform far above their nominal norms. So the penalties are disabled. This is a free action. To range increases the attacks of target allied Adeptus Mechanicus unit. You get more attacks. Following that refined kill canonical protocols, the Marshal ensures his guitar are driven into a state of heightened process that sees their bloodstreams boil with common hyperstimulants. It's range 2, so it's actually very good. 2-turn cooldown and range 2 you get double attacks for 1 turn. Well, that's actually quite potent. This is a passive one. Increase the damage of allied Adeptus Mechanicus units in range. Just a passive damage buff. Oh, this one is amazing. 3 range passive all the time. Then you can just use this to kill something that might cause some harm. And if the Dominus one worked, would have been 3 accuracy on top. This is a passive 3 radius ability. Just 70% more damage for everybody. And then you can give 1 unit within 2 radius double attacks for 1 turn. This one works, yeah, I see it. It's a great honor for a pious imperial servant or take a debt to be converted into a servo skull after death. They have their skull augmented with anti-grav and a rudimentary machine intelligence. Optically augmented servo skulls like those possessed by the Skitarii Marshal are useful for reconnaissance and targeting, usually reducing the chance of wasted shots. The last ability is called Enriched Rounds, free action, same as the Aggression Override. Increases the damage of target allied Adeptus Mechanicus units, so even more damage, but this one is 1 turn. Plus 50% damage for 1 turn. This guy just makes your unit hit really hard. Sanctified by the threefold litany, each of these slugs has spent a decade in the oldest and most irradiated forge temple to certify their lethality. The marshal hands them out to his maniples, so they know they must make every shot count. It's not a servitor, it's a servo skull. You can pretty much put 50% damage buff, double attack buff, and have 70% damage buff all at the same time, huh? And if the what's it called, that accuracy buff worked at the same time, would have been something, huh? The flamer is below the Gatling gun. These guys look like they're riding horses. Looks like that cartoon with Robert Cowboys. I don't know what the name of it is again. Had a cool like intro music. Everybody, guys, gonna get us some tea. I'm here, boys. I don't know what's up with this last week. Holy shit, I've never felt so tired in my life. Has anybody here had corona and they got back to 100%? Says that this virus affects everybody differently for some reason. Feels like 2 hours of stream feel like more like 5 hours. The sitting is even worse. Brings all kind of pain. Jenga says me, but it took about 4 months. 4 fucking months? What the fuck? 4 months. I just feel like so tired in body and mind. It's like useless, really. For streaming you need kinda, you know, a set of mentality and energy to do it. But when you don't have it, it just feels like it's draining your soul. It's like my legs and back hurt like I've been standing 20 hours every day. They get pain pills just to, you know, sit and lie down comfortably. My brother is back to work today. It's like nothing is happening, right? What the fuck are these horses, really? Sulfur, Hounds, Cavalry squadrons, aggressive shock troops and line breakers. The loping mechanical beasts breed gouts of incinerating phosphor and disembowel the foes with slashing claws. While the elite Cavalry riders unload the incandescent pistol fire as they smash the defense lines before circling back for survivors. 6 armor and 12 health. I guess 2 riders, 6 health each. Clawed limbs. You know what's strange when I see this this unit? You know, it still has 3 movement. Phosphor pistols. 3 AP. 2+1. Sulfur bread. The beasties have flamer. I guess it's okay to have a flamer on such an early unit. I mean, they seem a little bit tougher than the other unit. The fact they have two, they're gonna retain some damage. These guys are dual wielding phosphor pistols. You got Feel No Pain, 33% damage reduction. Okay, that's good. So this is a little bit tougher lower unit. Like, this unit is super squishy. They literally take 1 damage and they're out of commission for several turns. 1 attack. Well, this unit seems to be much tougher. Still 3 movement feels weird for this unit. You'd think this unit would be a little bit faster, right? Should save here for the quest. I'm not gonna be playing a different game with this faction just for the quest. They fix it, I'll try to complete the quest in this game. Achievement is called Life on Mars. But not David Bowie singing. Victor Parade, then motionless servitor strength roll past, guitar with no discernible heads, Magi riding with Mechanics, the surrounding population got a sprang crawl to watch, the Fulgurites, frankly relief. They're howling and capture lightning out in the waves, nothing lives. I think these guys were ahead of us in military for a bit. See any units on the map? I haven't lost a single Castellan in this game, huh? We're building the air thingy here. See how those units look like. And before the aircraft can carry knights and we cry, I don't think it can carry a knight. It's a super heavy. So the flying transport unit is 3 or upkeep, and the fighter is 6 energy upkeep. Let's get one of each. Yeah, jump, yeah. Like cluster is a good word for this. Did we even lose a single Omega Doomcrawler this game? I don't think so. Did lose 2 disintegrators. Page 5, right? So we have 6, 7. Espar. It was 7 months.
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
This increases the moral of Skitarii Vanguards. This gives Skitarii Vanguards ignore range damage reduction. Decrease the resource output of non-headquarters buildings on differing types of one tile. That one is a little bit confusing. That's the wording. The hell is the lower skulls? The other side. Inherent generalism. The many forged rules are specialized towards particular needs and act as independent empires within the human sphere. It's worth remembering that most tech priests are generalists, loyally supporting the Imperium in its drive to the stars, and following the orders of Earth as much as Mars. It is the resource output of non-headquarters buildings of different types on a tile. That wording. This is the one that has to do with their mechanic. Setting at disintegrators, those guys will never reach that place. Is a population limit of hub veins. For some reason the scene has force movement. What was that sound? Archaeopter Transvector 824. Cognis Heavy Stabber, Twin-Link Cognis Heavy Stabber. Similar weapons as the the transport Scorpius Doom Rider. Flyer transport, two cargo only, as a jink. I guess to transport the marshal or the tech priests. extra damage reduction. This was the real heavy piece of this campaign. The Onega Doom Crawlers. Could have made so many more of them as well. Update restrictions. Increase population with half veins. The updates who control Sky City populations have agreed to release breeding restrictions. In practice, this means removal of aphrodisiacs from ration packs. Rather than the construction of new buildings, the existing living space just get that much more crowded instead. Why does the Hive City sound like a Hong Kong? Guardian Infiltrators. The 3 Imperator's infantry unit that specialize in infiltrating enemy lines. I have to feed the tanks to that beast upstairs. Include this. Those hunted by Sicarian infiltrators will find themselves buffeted the waves of the nearest static. By the waves of the nearest static, these gangle-limbed stalkers broadcast before them. Robbed of their sight, their hearing, even their sense of smell. Oh man, they got corona. Such victims are easy targets for the compact tools the infiltrators are in their deadly work. Use the deadly work. Should the initial salvo from Flechette Blaster or Stub Carbine not prove sufficient, these merciless killers will dart in to finish the job with close assault. Flechette Blaster and a Taser Goad. Another infantry unit. 30 foot, 30 or 30 upkeep. What else is there? Teraxi sterilizers. The imperative seems the unit that can jump over enemies and burn them out of cover. So what sound would this Archaeopters make? Heavy Phosphor Blaster, Smelling Cognis Last Cannon and a Cognis Heavy Stabber. This one has a questionable cost. But I guess they can come out of nowhere with 6 movement. Oh my god. Can't believe we defeated it! Oh my god, we did it! Unbelievable! Even the Lord of Skulls itself does not seem to believe, continuing to roll forward with much of its superstructure blown away or simply missing. Grinds to a halt, Warforged runes cracking and rusting in seconds. Roar of red rocks Gladys then as a bloodthirster darkly bound to the war machine is finally banished back to the realm of the Chaos Gods, Corn's waiting fury. So everybody gets 10% feel no damage pain reduction. Feel no pain damage reduction. 33. Why does this one stack but not the invulnerability? It's like, what the fuck? Is this another bug? Because I was hella confused when we played the Chaos. Look at this, 33% here and 10% here, and it says 43% here. Well, invulnerability did not stack. It only used the highest value. And pretty much does the same thing. Hella confused, guys. I'm hella confused. You think you know something and you don't. Teraxii sterilizers. Sterilizer eradicators of cybernetic parasite organisms, then ships and manufactura. And eagerly unleash the chemical fire of their phosphor torches upon the machine god's foes. They descend in flocks from the sky upon membranous winged packs, their vicious talons primed, eager to see their enemies right in flames. It's another infantry unit. Number 6. Guess one is a hero. These are Sicarian Infiltrators. Shit Blaster. 5 attacks times 3. This is the damage. How is it 1.1 if we got plus 10% damage? Must be even lower damage than 1. Shed Blast is a lightweight but lethal, a favorite tool of the Sicarian Infiltrator. Fires hundreds of tiny darts, each of which bears a dormant cerebral cell awakened in the gun's chamber. When one dart hits home, it emits a bioelectric pulse that attracts others, resulting in a series of impacts that burrow through bone. Oh, that sounds painful. Taser Goad. Melee weapon. This seems kind of look weird. Now that I'm talking about weapons and stats, but look at how they look like. What the fuck is this supposed to be? This green thing. Almost some kind of computer. They're checking their reader counts. They have any updates? Powered by hyperdynamo capacitors, taser weapons are stored an incredible amount of potential energy. Solid impact will cause this energy to be discharged in a scorching blast, only to be harnessed once more by the electroactive prongs at the weapon's tip. Dune Strider, so they get +1 movement. As a second unit, there's a Dune Strider. This is why I'm saying they look weird. Those legs, the legs. So they have 4 movement. So you're telling me this guy walking on 2 legs have 4 movement, while these guys running on horses, dogs, whatever, have 3 movement. It's like, this shit is so fucking weird. 3 movement, looking like a cavalry, really. And these guys have 4 movement. This is something stinks here. And even if it does, you know, I can't smell it because I haven't had any smell in a week. State troops as vampires. Oh my god, shit wizard, god damn. Shit wizard, could you just, you know, just keep lurking, man. You know, shit wizard, every time I see your name in the chat, I feel like Warhammer 2 is one day further away. And I need to have it come and have sooner, not later. God damn it, shit wizard. Dune Strider, huh? However, it fits whatever they intended to do to it to make it fit. Your static interface increase damage reduction when attacked by adjacent enemy units. Only adjacent. 70% vulnerable damage reduction. It says it, but it says here 70% immediately. Means the audio-visual cacophony accompanied by a Sicarian infiltrator attack is wide band electromagnetic interference designed to cripple enemy systems and set nerves jangling. They have infiltrates that can be targeted by the Overwatch attacks. That's cool. Stealth, they have additional 70% damage, range damage reduction. I guess it doesn't say here. That's the this one is not active because nobody's adjacent. They have no feel pain. It stacks here as well for 3%. Why does this one stack but not the other one? This almost looks like something, but wrong game, my friend. Wrong game. I'm gonna get back by Korn because I defeated his demon. In this game, if you defeat the Lord of Skulls, you get a buff. If you visit the Skull Altar, you also get his buff. It's just, you know, gameplay stuff. What else is there? I think we've seen all the units. These are all the units. Right, this is the cooldown power surge. Oh man, this I feel like this is gonna give me brain damage. This cooldown is what now? 10 turns. Well, the Warhound is the smallest Titan. I think it's a few meters bigger than Night Crusader. Or it should be several meters then. Guys look kind of freaky. Oh my god, we got fell beds, great weapons, boys. This looks like a Batman costume from 1 year. They drop handguns. These guys have wings and shit and still have 3 movement. What the fuck? I don't know, guys. Might be me, but that is shitty inconsistency. Not just these units, but some other units are like this as well. Run out of fuel. Yeah, they have jump pack, which activates Hammer of Rot. It's also what? Hold on. Gives them one more. So it's cooldown 3 turns. Do you think this guy's having wings be able to have fly further like Fleet? This doesn't have to do anything with movement, this is just to get in position to attack. It's interesting because this type of ability then goes beyond the regular movement. I guess you can just move here and then reposition. Oh. Still don't have movement even to reposition this one. +1 movement max and +1 movement. One, 2, 3, 4. The Draxi Talons and Phosphor Torches. They have Film of Painter 3% on the base. At least they have 4 health each. Instead of 2 health like the other infantry. I guess these guys have 6. What have you been doing, Shit Wizard? Still playing what's that game called? Kingdom Come Deliverance. Deep Rock Galactic. What's Deep Rock Galactic? When at last he came upon the vehicle, he perceived the distress of the engine therein. Forthwith struck the rune, and it was good. Thereupon the engine ignited and was filled with strength. Lord of the Ancient 16th Tome, verse 2001. So put school into 5 turns. This one has some adjacency now, right? '74. It's +2. I'm not even gonna comment this shit. Let's see if we can do the quest. Oh, getting crushed. There was early access for Warhammer 2, Salazar. Is there gonna be one for Warhammer 3? Yes. This game needs a patch. This game needs a patch. That was our first game with Adeptus Mechanicus. Some game-breaking bugs. They only put a beta patch. It's second day. It's actually it was yesterday. They only put a beta patch 1 day later. Look at this. What a shocker. Increase Skitaria Vanguard armor from 2 to 6. They're actually usable. They look so off with 2 armor. Such a squishy unit. Added Stomp to Night Crusader. So I can do a Stomp attack. Scorpio's Dune Rider is now assault vehicle. Scorpios and Rider and Disintegrator are now schemers. And I forgot to add schemers to those guys, so they're definitely scheming around. Endless now removes the boom pillars of assault weapons. Effects got from destroyers. So you can move and still fire max attacks. Gargantuan units and super heavy walking units can no longer overwatch. I guess that's fair. Increased Umbra damage taken from flame and melt up from 50% to 100%. Umbra is weak to light, so I was taking 3% more damage, now it takes double. Bug fixes. Fix the crash that occur for the research upgrade tier objective. Fix the crash that occur when continuing play after losing in Adeptus Mechanicus Quest 5. Fix Adeptus Mechanicus not suffering a loyalty penalty for having multiple cities. And they fixed, looks like 2 of the issues. Fix sometimes not be able to cycle weapons. Fixed, take priest dominus load and machine cloud not working, so that's 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3 problems. That looks like this beta update already fixed everything. This beta was released yesterday, 1 day later. How long it's been since the Beastman got released? We still have bugged ambushes. So goddamn depressing. This should be up in a few days, right? Storm Surge Overwatch. Yeah, the Storm Surge Overwatch is ridiculous. So, Dr. Vector, you play multiplayer on in this game. How's the multiplayer scene? How long do you even wait to get into a game? Do people quit the moment they fall behind? You don't? Oh man, my left arm is killing me. When will this shit go back to normal, guys? I'm feeling like shit. I'm tired of everything. Competitive streams. I never seen anybody play multiplayer in this game. One time I seen it on the when the game was released and there was simultaneous turns and I got cancer and it died for me. Simultaneous turns, biggest cancer in turn-based games. I'm honestly surprised that there's actually people playing this in multiplayer. There's barely anybody playing this game, really. I guess if you play with a friend, that makes sense, because you guys... but, you know, just clicking at multiplayer and getting into, like, a random game... I don't know. You click multiplayer... There you go. Like, what the hell is this? Why do lobbies look like this in 2021? Like, I see this shit here, I'm just like, Fuck this shit. What that's like, what the fuck is this? This is worse than the Warhammer lobby. Hey there, bro. It's like it's fucking 2021, man. It's almost like, unless there is some kind of incentive for them to create a multiplayer part of the game that actually looks like something, there's like no point making it in the first place. It's a PC game, so it has to have a multiplayer option, right? And then it's just an afterthought. I mean, look at the Shogun 2 lobby compared to like any Total War that came after. Like, what happened? AAA company, my ass. Fucking ghetto devs hiding behind AAA price tags. What do you think, Dr. Vector, if they actually scraped all this bullshit balancing and these quests? Holy shit, the quests are so fucking bad. They made actually the AI a little bit better, so you don't see war bosses use rocket launcher when they can murder something. For like different priorities. This game had several like stages how the AI was behaving and doing things, and it's gotten worse over time. I think had a guy which was actually helping with the AI, and then people, I think, were complaining the game was too hard for a bit. And I think they dropped that guy. I still would think an AI would be good in a turn-based game. The AI has to be really good in a turn-based game. This random cops come out of nowhere and then it's like hard to breathe. It's like, what the fuck? When will this shit stop? I think this thing has been now 10 days. I don't smoke, no. I guess that's a lie. I smoke sometimes. But I'm not a regular smoker, I'm more like a social smoker. Maybe a few cigarettes every few months, I guess. I don't think that counts as smoking. Yeah, not really. Social smoker, yeah. Maybe smoke 20 cigarettes a year. the last 2 years. I don't think that's not anything worth even mentioning. Probably more smoke in the house from my brother and my mother smoking. I'm in such a really shitty state the last week, guys. I'm feeling tired all the time. It's hard to do anything, and these random coughs just make me even more tired. I'm feeling like really feeling like shit. Being in bed, resting, it feels like about 6 hours just makes things worse these days. My arms, legs, back hurt. I need pain medicine just to, you know, be comfortable in bed or in the chair. It feels like, I don't know, I feel like just tired of everything. If I don't wake up tomorrow, I think I'll be fine. You guys move on. We're gonna go watch Goldfinger. We'll have short streams for now. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.